Hi class, in this video we're going to talk about the concentration ratio. Or this note I need to have. Concentration. All right, so for the concentration ratio, you will find this in the oligopoly and also the monopolist competition chapter. It shows you just how competitive this market is. Now, what it measures the total sale of the top 4 or top 8 company compared to the entire market. So we want to see how big are the top 4 or top 8 companies compare to the entire market. And then for this concentration ratio, the higher the concentration ratio, that means this 4A company are very big compared to the entire market, then this market is very less competitive. Now, vice versa, if your concentration ratio is very low, that means this 4A companies has almost very minimum influence on the market, then this is a more competitive market. So it's a very easy formula. We're gonna add up the top 4 companies total sale, and then divided by the entire market sale, and that will make sure this is a percentage. So that will be your concentration ratio. Okay. Now depends on what the question is like. So make sure you read the question carefully, because in some cases it will asking for the top 4 companies. In other cases, we're asking for the top 8 companies. So make sure you read the question carefully. And it also depends on the questions. Sometimes the question will give you the percentage of sales of individual company. So let's say, for example, we might have company A, who is covering, let's say, 10% of the market, and then company B, who is covering 5%, company C covering 5%, and then company D covers another, let's say, 5%. Keep in mind, this is all percentage compared to the entire market, okay? So if the question already gave you the percentage, you don't have to do the dividing by the total market sales anymore. All you got to do is just add everybody together. So in this case here, 10% plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, that would just be a 25%, okay? So just simpler. All right, so let me show you a case that's not so simple. Let me show you with actual sales numbers. So let's suppose over here we have 4 industries, and then very likely you're going to see something like this on your test, and then the question will be asking for which industry is the most or least competitive. To find that, you need to find out the concentration ratio. Okay, so I'm going to call this one CR, stand for concentration ratio. Now remember, we're adding the top 4 companies. Okay, so we're going to do the top 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Divided by the total industry sales. Oh, stupid. Here, I've got to type in this. Sum, there. Okay, so what it does, they actually sum up the top 4 companies, their total sales divided by the market sales. And for the first market, that's a 44.7%. And then do the same thing for the second market. So sum top 4 companies divided by our total industry, and that will be a 0.777 whatever percentage. Okay. Now we don't have to do for the other ones. I just go to the trick over here, drag over, and Excel does it for you. Okay, so that's all the our concentration ratio. So according to this information over here, the most competitive will be the one with the lowest concentration ratio. So industry A over here. Don't show this on your video. So industry, sorry guys. So industry A over here, this will be our most competitive, where the top 4 companies has very little influence on the market. Industry D over here, however, is the least competitive, because you have 4 companies that covers almost the entire market. Okay, all right, guys. So that's how I do this concentration ratios. So again, just keep in mind, the higher the concentration ratio, the less competitive market is. The lower concentration ratio, the more competitive. All right, guys. Have any question? Let me know. Okay.